Houston. Listen now on the Tide 100.9 app.
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Hughes Show with Martin and Xavier. We are powered by Box Eye Care each and every day. It is a manic Monday. Bama escapes the show me state with a 27-24 win. Woo! A little nervous there at times, but Bama was able to get it done. Ty Simpson continues to march his way to New York. Defense came up with big plays down the stretch to get the win. Whew. Missouri was hitting a little bit. Two players lead the game for Bama with concussions. How does that spell what's going on this week? Would Ryan have played if Derek Meadows doesn't get hurt? Because he wasn't in the game before Meadows got hurt. I think that's a question to be asked. We'll also get into some of the play calling, the good, bad, and ugly. And we have Kennington Smith III joining us as he does each and every Monday.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad that you're up and at 'em with us. It is the third Saturday in October. And y'all know what that means, don't you? You know what that means, right? Third Saturday in October has to have a little bit of meaning to it, right? It's Tennessee week, so we're gonna jump on Tennessee here in a little bit. But before we do that, we got to wrap up Missouri and what all we saw there. We will have score prediction this week as well. So it's a lot to get to. Missouri was better than I thought they were, but I don't know if they're as good as the game showed. I really, really don't. As good as Alabama's playing, they keep leaving the guys on life support, the other team on life support, instead of unplugging the machine. And that's because, as Xavier mentioned, first half offense produces, defense starts off slow, gets it right. Then the next in the second half, defense is rolling and offense is off. How good can this team be if they put both halves together? So that's definitely going to be part of the conversation as we talk about it. And we're going to say good, bad, and ugly X till we get to Kennington, so we don't have a lot of repeat. But it's good to be a Bama fan because you could be a fan of another team and play a perfect half and then play about as bad a half of football as you could play. Just crazy what happened down on the plains. I know a lot of people talking about the call at the end of the half. If you're an Auburn fan, it was a touchdown. If you're not an Auburn fan, good call. Or a neutral call could have gone either way based on what your perspective is. So we can even talk about that. I do think the officiating should be on the ugly list, period. Their inconsistency in the SEC is just bad. So
I think it was a touchdown.
It's just interesting. Good morning to the Maniacs. You got a good group already jumping in here this morning. Rusty Dents, Curtis Moore II, Blind Squirrel Sport, Rodriguez Carlisle. What's up, guys? Samuel Pittner. Great win, he said. Jacob Powell, Blind Squirrel Sport. Blind Squirrel Sport says, congrats, Crimson Tide, on breaking another win streak. That's right. Jacob Powell in on the house saying roll Tide. MHS 0407, that hit on Jam Miller going out of bounds was targeting. not by the rule. He got hit in the head, but he's not. That's why the targeting rule is stupid. That was more dangerous than any of the targetings we've had called. Okay, but he hit him with a shoulder. He wasn't defenseless, so it's not targeting. So there you go.
Well, you got to be careful because honestly, if you go back and watch it, you know whose crown of whose helmet hit? Jams.
Jams call it on offense, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
That's the way running backs run. That's why it's a stupid call. I mean, that whole point behind that is just
the
stupid.
top of Jams' helmet hit the side of the Missouri guy's helmet. That's what knocked him out.
Yep. So I think that shoulder to the neck, when your head does this. But here's what's interesting, and this is a quick sidebar. These guys get more concussions today than we used to.
Yeah.
And people say because we weren't diagnosed with concussion. I'm talking about out cold. Like it seems like these guys get knocked out more now than we did. You know why? You know why? They don't wear their mouthpiece and they don't fasten their chin strap, but they don't call it.
Mm-hmm.
It was the way they play now. It was a penalty. You couldn't play without your mouthpiece in.
Yeah. And
their helmets are loose. And anyway, I sidebar on that. But congratulations, MHS 0407 won the pick. He had 31-24. He had 67 plays. Alabama only had 56. Should have had a lot more. But congratulations, MHS 0407. In there. Welcome in Chuck Hunt to the Maniacs. JR75. Good morning. He agreeing with me, X, on we give teams hope, put teams away. I asked you again, was that targeting? What he asked again, what is targeting? Great point, because you definitely, it's so inconsistent. It's just inconsistent. So it's been interesting. There's several other comments we'll get to. Teresa Pittner jumping in there this morning. Justin Gore, and Bam Bam running out the Maniacs over on that side. Before we get too deep into the conversation, remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. And George Teasley just jumping in as well from Tallahassee, America. I wonder, X, maybe Mike Norvell need to worry about Florida State and not Alabama.
He say something about us again?
He said something last week about now all of a sudden Alabama's supposed to be good. Why they jumping up in the polls? He should want us to win with the way he playing. I think he's taking care of himself. With him, with what happened this weekend with Penn State, should Norvell be worried? They just paid off Taggart at Florida State. So what the money they just got through paying off, they now could, I guess, just put toward his. But did you see the Penn State fire
James Franklin
and paying him? Someone did a stat. He's gonna make like $20-something thousand a week until 2031. It was some crazy number for him to get to. That's crazy. Anyway,
you know, if I was a head coach and got fired and I was bitter, I'd probably go sit at home for a year. Because you know a lot of these things is like if they get another job.
No, you don't go sit at home. You go get an analyst job with Ohio State.
Yeah, go get an analyst job with it and tell them don't pay me.
Or they have to pay you something. That's what those guys did. Bush Jones was making $35,000 a year in Tennessee. Tennessee was having to pay him. And they say and they didn't say who it was in this book I'm reading from Nick Saban, but this is what they said. An unnamed source said he beats us, and now we're paying him to beat us because they were paying for his coach, for his analyst, and then of course Butch was like his special assistant or something before he got.
Didn't he get Derek Dooley too?
He had Derek Dooley. He had more guys than I realized because they said he implemented a policy where he stopped announcing who he was hiring. So there were several guys on his staff that I didn't even know that I've learned that came through that I didn't even know came through. So,
wow.
Yeah. So that's saving for you though. The dude was amazing.
And real quick before we really get deep into it, I just want to say happy anniversary to my wife. We've been married 9 years today.
Well, congratulations.
So 9 years of marriage. And so now we can really get deep into it. We have Pat on the.
No, we need to get the break.
Go ahead and get the break.
We need to get the break. Yeah, and Robert's up first.
Robert.
Get Pat. We'll add Kenneth into the conversation as well, and let him be able to respond to those guys. We got several comments jumping in here that we're gonna believe. And like I said, it's a game of inches, but good Lord, once you don't get a call, have you ever seen a team fall apart the way Auburn did? We can even talk about that because that may have been the ugliest response I've ever seen to a bad call. I'm just saying, it changed. I've never seen something go wrong and it go that bad for that long. Just rough stuff, tough stuff. We'll talk about all of that and more. We have the Maniacs on the line. You can get on the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions hotline. Thanks to all the callers, listeners, viewers, and chatters for being part of the program. If you're out there on the app, hit us up as well. We'll be back on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on this Back to Work Monday. Quiet ride thus far as you take a look here on McFarland, moving in from Watermelon to 43, all peachy. Lurleen Wallace, speaking of peachy, that's all wide open from 15th Street to McFarland, and you travel nice and easy on 2059 from McFarland to Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Farm Safe 811.
Only at Townsend Nissan, every new and select used vehicle includes a lifetime powertrain warranty. And right now, get up to $7,000 off new Nissans. Family owned, serving Tuscaloosa for over 50 years. Townsend Nissan, where peace of mind comes standard.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Outlets sparking, lights are blowing. Don't do it yourself or you'll be glowing. Call Taylor Electric, we do it all. Taylor Electric, give the Bosch man a call. La 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 la.
Don't let high prices for electrical work scare you. Call or text us at Taylor Electrical, 205-553-0958.
Alabama football is back, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Crimson Tide. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Sold in stadium and at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Uh-oh, was that grape juice or the dog's bath time? Don't panic. New Floors To Go has your back and your floor. Their pet-proof, kid-proof flooring is tougher than a toddler with a juice box and a Labrador in Zoomies mode. Spills, scratches, tantrums, bring it on. New Floors To Go. Flooring so durable, even your in-laws won't ruin it. Visit New Floors To Go on Greensboro Avenue today, because life's messy, but your floor doesn't have to be.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They've moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Dry weather continues through the week. The sky sunny today, the high 82. Clear tonight with the low at 57. For tomorrow and Wednesday, a good supply of sunshine both days with warm afternoons. Highs between 82 and 85. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 54 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
The sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team. The Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
All righty, welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. Got a little something special for you guys. Oh, here we go.
All right, man. Just say what you've been saying, man. Why do you hate Tennessee?
Man, I hate Tennessee because, first of all, it's Tennessee, and I just hate them because they low down, they dirty, they some snitches, and I hate Philip Fulmer. I hate their colors. I'm not a dog person. I just hate Tennessee, man. Like, and I hate Neyland Stadium. It looks like a garbage truck worker convention, and I hate all their quarterbacks. I hate Tennessee, man.
Describe what you feel about their colors too. I thought that was interesting.
It reminds me, and it's not that orange that you can stand. See, I hate Tennessee more than I hate Auburn. I just dislike Auburn. I hate Tennessee. See, Tennessee's colors is that throw-up orange. It's not that orange that you can sit with. It's that puke inside of a pumpkin orange. And I don't like pumpkins. So I really don't like Tennessee, man. I can't stress that enough, man. And they losers. They sore losers because they're not Alabama, and I hate Tennessee, man.
That was beautiful, man.
Roll Tide. Take it away, man.
Yeah, that's the first time I paid attention to it at the end where the guy interviewing goes, I love that. and we still love it 20 years later. We have Kennington Smith.
Tennessee week without that.
No, you can't. We have Kennington Smith III joining us as he does each and every Monday. How you doing this morning, Kennington?
Yeah, good. How are y'all?
Doing good. Kennedy, real quick, your thoughts on that video, the guy talking about Tennessee?
Yeah, hilarious. I love every year when this game comes up, when it's like when those type of videos can resurface on the timeline. I mean, I'm not going to disagree with them. Not even from the Alabama side. Obviously, everybody knows I went to Georgia, so I'll allow it. And I thought the video was hilarious.
Yeah. So Kennington, Bama gets a 27-24 win over Missouri this weekend. Just a quick thought on the game before we get into the good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah, I think overall, I'm just impressed with how this team has kind of just found a way to be resilient throughout the year. That was something that they struggled with last year. It's just kind of, Alabama last year, if they were able to get out and stay out ahead of you, then, they look like an awesome team. They'll kind of win. It was like a back and forth. And when they took a punch, they didn't really know how to always throw a punch back. I think this team has shown that they can do that once again. They did the same thing with Missouri. So So I think that's like my overall big takeaway is just that this team is a lot more resilient than the one from a year ago. And that bodes well when you look across college football and you see that, you know, highly ranked teams are in these close games week after week. There's going to be a lot of adversity throughout the year. I think Bama's handling it well so far.
All right. We've got Robert joining us on the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions Hotline. How you doing this morning, Robert?
I would play that interview if I ran Brian Denny. I'd play it on the loudspeaker every time that Alabama Tennessee played, right before the national anthem. So the real theme of the game can be felt. So that's 20 years old, huh? I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah, it's old.
You know, for some bizarre reason, I enjoy watching Auburn's podcast after every loss. So I had a lot of opportunity to listen this year. And they're already looking for the next coach. The theme of the podcast now is looking for the next head coach. So it's I think they've pretty much given up on Hugh Freeze. It's like you said, Martin. It wasn't so much the bad call. Okay, well, I mean, it's a 50-50 call. That touchdown could have gone either way. It just, I didn't see any evidence to overturn the call on the field. So that's pretty much how it went down. So like you said, Martin, it's your response to that matters most, coaching-wise and team-wise. You just collapsed after you didn't get that call. Okay, you didn't get that call. It didn't go your way. Is it time to collapse? Your game is over because you didn't go up 17-0. Really? That's your problem. But okay, whatever. That's how you want to go down. This season's gonna go get real bad real quick for Auburn now. You know, it sounds like everybody's checked out. So I'm hoping for an easy iron vote. Why don't you guys explain to me what number one was doing on that first touchdown? What happened to him? How did he just mesmerized on the ball and got lost? Is that what happened?
Kennington.
Damani Jackson.
Yeah.
He's kicking butt. What was he gonna intercept it at out of bounds?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it. I just can't figure what was he. You know, I guess it's the energy of the game.
He should have went straight for that guy, and he did not close on him, and he ran out of bounds. But I'm telling you, he is a weak link. It's not like he's great in coverage, but he is a liability at Kennington on run defense. Every play that first drive was to his side. Kennington.
Yeah, the thing about the Damani Jackson struggles is it is reflecting in his playing time. He received the 6th highest snap count of all DBs. Keon Sabb, Bray Hubbard, Xavier Brown, Deshaun Lee, and Deshaun Jones all played more snaps than Damani Jackson. So it's being reflected in the playing time. I'll just leave it at that.
I didn't see him on the field again.
I get it, but guess which 2 drives he was in on?
They're 2 touchdowns. Yeah. They're 2 touchdowns where they had to drive.
Critical one.
The first one and the last one. And that's the only 2 drives they had.
And he got picked on him both.
Do what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always see him get beat on the edges too when it's a run play, and when the person always he gets beat on that edge, he's taking a bad angle. It's usually him. But not take away from the great man, though. I mean, overall, it's another great man. You know, would it be nice if the opportunity to blow these teams out is there and we haven't done it yet? But we are, like Kennedy said, we're showing resilience, and that's huge going down the stretch in these games. This team is a very resilient team. They find ways to win now. And the Florida State game it just seemed like a distant memory because of how well they're playing now. In that pass that tied something through the 17, goodness gracious alive. Dude, how do you do that?
I love
cold-blooded.
I love Kennedy. I love the analogy. The announcer said you couldn't walk down there and hand it to him in a better spot. I think that's good. That's good commentating right there.
We went from doom to but don't throw it to how did you do that? That's how quickly that play went. It's like, goodness gracious. I just want to don't begin to describe Ty Simpson at time. It's like, wow. He's my Heisman favorite. So hopefully, one more thing before I go. If Alabama runs this schedule completely, goes undefeated, wins the SEC championship game, if that committee does not make us the #1 team overall, then forget about it. If you cancel every out-of-conference game that's anywhere near tough from here on out. Because Ohio State and Miami schedule, you forget about them. Hey, Alabama run this schedule, and you don't reward us with the overall #1 seed, then we should cancel all our out-of-conference tough games.
I think he did. Hey, we appreciate the call, Robert. I think have a good one. I think that all depends on how Texas finish, because if Texas finishes 10-2, they're gonna keep Ohio State #1 if they run the table. We have Pat joining us on the hotline. How you doing this morning, Pat?
Good morning, guys. This person I'm fixing to talk about is near and dear to X's heart, but I want to talk to Skinny
Will
Kenny.
conform be struggling.
Skinny going on? Yes, sir, man. Hey, tell me something. Was the taco guy at the drive-thru working the window instead of playing an offensive tackle? Because he nearly got my quarterback killed.
Yeah, he was not in the drive-thru. He was in Columbia.
Yeah, Pat. But I'm gonna give you something on that sack where he got number 8 came through flying on one of them. They chipped with the tight end, and it pushed the guy so far out that guy had a running start at him faster than he could get to it. And I know that's the way they wanted to play it, but I think he actually played better when you didn't help him on that one. But that was one of the sacks. The other one, he just got beat.
I mean,
Pat,
but it was.
Pat, can I ask you a question?
I just had to mess with the taco guy that he had to know who the taco guy was.
Hey, Pat, can I ask you a question?
Hey, but look, what about when Ty was under center and who was playing guard that stepped on Ty's foot? Because that cost us that touchdown.
No, what cost us the touchdown was the Wildcat play call.
The wild elephant.
Yeah.
Brad, you're laughing. If you have Daniel Hill, Kevin Wright, any of those guys, that's a touchdown.
Tell me what he did, what his size had to do with that play. He almost scored because he made an athletic jump. A regular running back runs in the end zone standing up because of two things. One, you would assume he's a better blocker than the guy who's at left tackle. And but here's my thing. Okay, it was cute, it was nice, it's good to see the big man. Why do you not run that again?
Yeah. Why do
you not run that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to understand Coach Grubb. Every once in a while he does something extremely brilliant, and then they do something that doesn't seem so smart. So
you may have a different opinion on and they said he had the face mask. Yeah, but that would have gave us a first down. That still
but it would have been half the distance to the goal.
Half an inch. It would have been half an inch. The ball was at the 6-inch line. But here's the point. Kennington, why do we not run that again? Or why do we not run quarterback sneak? How many times have we ran quarterback sneak with Ty and Brailsford in that interior group just get pushed?
Yep.
Right.
Is Kennington still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. I asked you what
anyway, but back to that right yard that stepping on Ty's foot. Oh, what is the cause of that?
It was the left guard.
It was the right guard.
It was the left guard, Pat. It was Cam Dewberry. Cam Dewberry's our left guard. It happened because Mizzou blew up the play and they got pushed off jump. And so Dewberry stepped back and caught his foot on Ty.
Okay, it was Dewberry. All right. I thought it was that he got Ty's foot, that when Ty went backwards to hand the ball off, that the guy on the right side had stepped on his foot.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Pat. You coming in here messing with people. Have a good day. I'm sure we'll hear you again later in the week. But yeah, Kennington, just your thoughts on that and Grubb. And I thought Hill showed enough to warrant. I don't know. Your thoughts, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, Alabama's running back room, I thought had, a lot of them had great moments, even Dre Washington on the punt stop. But I agree with you on the Caden Proctor play because, like you said, it's cool. But when you do something like that and the drive ends in a field goal at the goal line, this kind of takes the air out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was cool. But then it's like we didn't score a touchdown. So it's just kind of like, what was the point? So I agree with you. Grubb does walk that line. And, when they scoring touchdowns is great. Alabama ultimately won, but the drive kind of fell a little short. So I think, again, it's just a matter of there are times when it's like cool to be creative, but at some point, just kind of like put the ball in the end zone and keep the main thing the main thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't understand why you didn't just run him again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That was my thought was, okay, I didn't like the play call to begin with, but since you ran it, just run it again. Or let him take a snap from under center. If you really want to do it, just make him the tush push guy. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we'll be back on the other side to get some more thoughts from Kennington Smith III on the good, bad, and ugly. We'll take your thoughts and comments as well. You listen to the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, powered by Box Eye Care. Go check them out, Box Eye Care. Daniel Box and his team do an awesome job taking care of you. They will help you with all your vision needs, whether it's laser surgery or just getting a regular checkup and getting you the frames and the glasses you need. In-house lab, largest inventory in West Alabama. In and out in most cases in 1 hour. That's Box Eye Care.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on this Back to Work Monday. Quiet ride thus far. As you take a look here on McFarland, moving in from Watermelon to 43, all peachy. Lurleen Wallace, speaking of peachy, that's all wide open from 15th Street to McFarland. And you travel nice and easy on 2059 from McFarland to Joe Malisham. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
Get your life back when the world's gone crazy. Get your life back. And I don't mean maybe when you know you got to have a friend. You call 833-Northwest and get your life back, baby. Get your life back, baby.
Stephen Mezrano, Alabama Injury Lawyers. Mez wins.
Unlock your potential at the Noon Show's Entrepreneurial Workshop on Friday, October 24th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Bryant Bank downtown. Discover insights from industry leaders Dr. Mike Ashby and Mr. Ken DeWitt. Gain valuable knowledge and enhance your skills. This exciting event is brought to you by Bryant Bank, Town Square Media, EOS Worldwide. To secure your free admission, email jacockrainforest@gmail.com. That's jacockrainforest@gmail.com.
Craving the
best Southern comfort food around? Catfish Heaven is calling your name. From crispy golden catfish fillets to their finger-licking wings served hot, sauced, and seasoned to perfection. They've got the flavors you love. Don't forget the Hush Puppies, creamy coleslaw, and all the fixins that make every bite feel like home. Whether it's a family dinner, game day feast, or quick lunch stop, you'll leave satisfied and smiling. Call 205-752-7222 or visit them online at catfishheaventuscaloosa.com to check out their menu and order ahead. Catfish Heaven, where every bite feels just right.
Introducing your new Dell PC with the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps you handle a lot, even when your holiday to-do list gets to be a lot. Like organizing your holiday shopping and searching for great holiday deals and customer questions and customers requesting custom things, plus planning the perfect holiday dinner for vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, and Uncle Mike's carnivore diet. Luckily, you can get a PC with all-day battery life to help you get it all done. That's the power of a Dell PC with Intel inside, backed by Dell's price match guarantee. Get yours today at Dell.com/deals. Terms and conditions apply. See Dell.com for details.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your flagship home of Alabama sports.
All season long, don't miss a minute of Alabama football coverage right here on 95.3 The Bear and Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC. And that means after the games, the Tide postgame show is live. Call in, talk about what just happened on the field, hear great moments from the game. The Tide postgame show is powered by Pearl River Resort, DCH Regional Medical Center, Tuscaloosa Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and 2 Dimes.
Interact with the Martin Houston Show by calling us at 205-342-9904 or tuning into the Martin Houston Show on Facebook.
I mean, Dijon's in the rotation. He's a playmaker. You know, he's hard to throw around. He tackles well, and so we trust him. And he came in last spring, and you could see he was going to be in the rotation more than likely, and just has continued to get better and better. And this isn't the first game. We have obviously felt good with him out there all season long. Katie.
So, welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We have Kennedy Smith III joining us. And there you go. As Coach DeBoer's thoughts on on Dejon Lee. And how he played when he came in for Damani Jackson. And of course, he almost had the early interception and then gets the interception to ice the game away. Big moment from the big freshman, the 6'4" cornerback. Thoughts on him and his performance Saturday, Kennington?
Yeah, teasing the good part of the good, bad, and ugly. I think just like the freshman development is pretty astonishing when you think about it. It's Dejon Lee, Latia Brooks, Michael Carroll, Kevin Riley. I mean, there are young guys everywhere. Not just like out there getting rotational stats, but really making like huge impacts on the game. Dejon Lee feels like deja vu. He's kind of like a version of like what Xavier Brown did last year, just kind of like a freshman coming in, making an impact. And the sky's the limit. So I know it was kind of crazy when he came in at 6'4". We're like, is he really going to play corner? But he's doing it and doing it very well. So just really excited to see where it goes the rest of the season with him.
Yeah, Kennington, last year we had some freshmen play, and that was impressive. But I also think that Alabama was way down last year in a couple key spots, wide receiver, DB, both last year. Are the freshmen this year actually better than the freshman last year, even to the point where Elijah Brooks may be better than what Ryan was last year from a consistent standpoint. He's doing what he's doing when Alabama has a great receiving tight end, throwing the ball to the running back side of the backfield, and you have Isaiah, Jeremy, and Ryan, and he's still making plays. Is this guy? Are we sleeping on just how good he's playing as a true freshman?
Yeah, no, we might be when you think about it. It's just like, to your point, for him to come into that rotation and not just be out there again, just like running routes, really having a huge impact is crazy. He leads the team in yards per catch, 16.6 yards per catch, which is ridiculous. Ryan Williams just behind him at 16 flat. Velocity Brooks is a star too. Great evaluation. Somebody who wasn't highly rated. It wasn't a 5-star or anything like that. They wouldn't have got him out of New Jersey. So this staff is just doing a really good job of evaluating guys, putting them in positions to succeed early, and that's got to be playing well in the recruiting trail too. So, him, Dijon Lee, like I said, it's just the future is just really bright for this program. So I guess that's how I'm kicking off the good is just the freshmen have just been really, really, really impressive this year.
I said last week, you better get them now because they're playing young guys at a rate, and they're not just playing young guys to play them. This team may be better when the young guys are
out there. No, without a doubt, when you look at that. And the funny part, Lassie Brooks is still older than Ryan Williams. That's the funny part of it. Yeah. When you stop and think about it from that aspect. But no, he's played amazing. And for him to be the guy, you can't tell me he wasn't the first read on that 4th down throw. I mean, where else was that ball going to go? Yeah. So, and to make that catch in that moment, you don't see many guys.
Coach said he wasn't the first. He wasn't the first read.
Really?
It was a progression. Yeah.
Okay.
Before we move off of that, Hollywood the Barber asked a question, Kenneth, and I'll get your thoughts. Do you think Dijon Lee starts Saturday?
I don't think he starts on Saturday, but I don't think it really matters because he's playing the most cornerback reps besides Xavier Ray's playing the most reps on the team. So I think it's just a matter of how much is he playing. But I still think Damani Jackson will get the start. I think the staff, for the most part, has shown loyalty. I mean, I know freshmen are playing. Everybody wants Michael Carroll to just get the starting reps at right tackle, for example, at that spot. But they've been pretty consistent with giving the veterans at least a chance to start the game. That doesn't mean they're going to play throughout. So I don't think Dijon Lee starts, but he's probably going to end up playing more than Damani Jackson anyway.
But is that dangerous against the team that we're going to have to keep up with scoring? Are we going to depend again on having to play perfect defense in the second half? I hope if this team plays a full half X offense and defense, they're going to blow people out. I think our score predictions reflect. Someone said that earlier. They said they're going to go with 20 and see if we, instead of saying we're going to score 40, they're going to say 20 and see if Alabama can get
That's the interesting part about it, because even you look at the second half of the game Saturday, the only reason it's close is because of the fumble to start the second half and not finishing. You finish on that drive that we talk about with Proctor getting it down to the 1 and not fumbling and giving them only 19 yards. That's 14-point difference.
Yeah.
And then you add the touchdown at the end of the game where we're playing prevent and not keeping it aggressive.
Yeah.
That's 21-point difference. Yeah. They should have had 14 less points, and we should have had at least 7 more. Yeah. Oh, and another missed field goal.
Ooh, that don't even.
Yeah, I was going to give the special teams a break this week. I say it every week that the special teams are a disaster. So this week I was going to let them off the hook, but you said it for me.
I mean, you think about that's 24 points difference in the game. 10 plus for us, 14 less for them. And this is Alabama blowing them out. What's that, 37-10? What this defense does
what this defense does after the first possession is scary.
Yeah,
They gonna give you 7 though.
Yeah, the in-game adjustments have been stellar by Kane Womack this year, and just kind of to the point about having to finish against Tennessee. This is interesting. So Tennessee leads the SEC in points per game, 48, number one in the SEC. They are last in defense. How many points do you think Tennessee is giving up this year per game?
In the 30s.
It's gotta be 30 something.
Yeah, very close. 29.3 points per game. So the opportunities are going to be there for this offense. And is it going to be a situation where they're just in all of these scoring positions and they are going to have to settle for field goals or something's going to happen? Or are they going to finish these drives with touchdowns? Because Alabama's defense is far superior to Tennessee's. We all know that. It's only going to take but a string of stops if Alabama's offense is rolling for this to get to be a lopsided game. Are they going to be able to capitalize on these opportunities is the question.
Yeah, because you watch what Arkansas did against them offensively, and it wasn't like Arkansas – the second part for Arkansas is they actually lost 2 games because the offense fumbled, down the stretch against Ole Miss and against Memphis. But they went toe-to-toe with Tennessee for the entire game, and they're not this juggernaut offense.
It's going to be interesting to see what they're able to do Saturday, but we're going to go ahead and get to break.
Go ahead. Keep rolling. Roll through.
Okay. No, okay, so Kennington, well, we ain't got to it yet, though. What's your bad you're ugly for Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of – this game I feel like was a lot of bad. I don't know if anything rises to the level of – I will say the pass protection was not great on Saturday overall. Every lineman gave up at least one pressure. 3 or 4 gave up multiple pressures. So it just wasn't a very strung together performance. I know there's still been a lot of rotating and figuring things out. But if I could pick like the ugliest thing, I would probably say that. I didn't think the pass protection was all that great, especially considering the last 3 weeks it's been much better.
Yeah, was some of that Kennington? This may be the best front we played from a pass rush standpoint.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they got some great players over there on Missouri. They gave them trouble for sure.
They have a couple future first rounders.
Yeah, the kid from Georgia, which nobody understands why he left Georgia. Well, I do. It's money because supposedly he was going to be one of their pass rushers, their best pass rusher possibly. He went to Missouri, and then the young kid. Number 9. He was a beast. Line up off sides most of the time, but they never called it. But you have to say officiating. Just period in the SEC is ugly. Kenny, let me take you back to something good. Let me ask you this: Was it good to see? Because to me, it didn't matter who was at right tackle. It didn't matter if it was Carroll or Wilkin. We're a different run team when Jaden Roberts is in.
Yeah, it's good to see him getting an opportunity. And Grubb said that he was going to have one on Saturday. I think he made the most of it. I just continue to feel like, Roberts plus one, like Roberts plus Carroll, Roberts plus Formby is the way to go. It'll just be interesting to see how long this offensive line rotation continues to play out. But I think we all thought that Jaden Roberts was primed for a big year. The injuries have just kind of derailed him, but it was good to see him out there making an impact. And hopefully he can string together some good games because he really is a talented player who just needs to be out there long enough to showcase that.
Yeah, and I thought he did. I thought, like I said, sending him back out there was good on Saturday. It's it's interesting to watch. Ken, anything else from the Alabama game? Because I want to get your thoughts on a couple other things that happen around college football that X and I briefly mentioned in the first segment.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm good on this game. Just again, I think the focus is going to be on the offense on Saturday, and are they going to be able to finish drive? Because they do, and I'm not trying to disrespect Tennessee with this take. If Alabama is out there really executing on offense, they could hit 50 on Tennessee, like no exaggeration. So I want to see them execute at the level that this offense is capable of doing for a full game.
Do you have Ty at the top of your Heisman list right now?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's kind of like, Oregon lost, so Dante Moore takes a hit. John Mateer felt like he kind of rushed back trying to chase a moment against Texas, and that, fizzled out. So I feel like, at this point, it's kind of like Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, and I don't even know who else would be in that mix right now.
Indiana's quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Mendoza. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and Mendoza for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so some of the things that we talked about in the first half with the shakeup of Oklahoma losing this weekend, with Oregon losing this weekend, where does that set Alabama as far as handling their own business and controlling their destiny?
Yeah, I think at this point, I think a top 4 seed is in play. I think they'd have to win out to be in consideration for that. It looks like Miami's going undefeated. Texas Tech, is undefeated. And then you look at what's going on in the Big Ten, Indiana, Ohio State. But I think Alabama's in a prime position to be a top 4 seed. I think when you look at who like the true elite teams are in the country, you probably have to put Indiana in that category, Ohio State, Miami, and then Alabama's probably just outside of that in like that 4 or 5 range. So I think they solidified themselves as a legitimate contender. We're just going to need to see a little bit more before we can put them in that elite category because, there are other teams like I said, Miami, Ohio State that have just put together more consistent performances week in and week out.
Okay. If we didn't know this, we I'm not saying Indiana is not good. They got to prove it to me again. Like I said, they finally beat Oregon, but Oregon beat Penn State, who Penn State lost 3 in a row and fired their coach. So the reason we're giving Indiana more street cred is because of who they beat. And is Oregon good this year? Is Oregon the same team as they were last year? Because that team, man, they did a Florida State on them. And it was week 6. Go ahead, kid.
Yeah, no, that's funny. And I was going to say, I was like, Indiana did beat Illinois, Illinois has probably been the most overrated team that's been consistently in the top 25 all season.
Yes.
Think about it. They got beat by 50 by Indiana, and then what Ohio State did to them. So there is something to that. I guess you could say it's like Miami, Ohio State, and then probably like whoever else is in that next tier. I think Alabama can get into that tier. We just need to see a little bit more because, like I said, Miami and Ohio State have just put together more consistent, dominant performances week in and week out. They kind of get a little bit of an extra nod there.
Yeah, and like I said, I think if Alabama finishes, that's just a totally different game. Totally different story. If we finish, we're dominating teams. We're just bookending it with bad halves on each side of the ball and still winning.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
got to get his thoughts on Auburn.
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to ask you. What's your thoughts on Auburn's performance Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just, first of all, I cannot believe Kirby got that fake timeout off. I've been laughing about that since it happened. I just think it's hilarious. Look, it pays to have a coach that has that type of reputation. Reputations matter. Kirby has right now diplomatic immunity in college football. There are only a few coaches who could get that stuff off, and he's one of them. I feel for Auburn, but at the end of the day, they're just not a tough football team mentally, right? Like they completely collapse. And this is a consistent thing, right? But every week it's the refs beating Auburn, and then the next week or they let the refs beat them again. Like I said, it's unfortunate for them, but you got to play through stuff like that.
Yeah, and here's the thing: they got to. Let's say, okay, they gave Georgia the fumble. It should have been a touchdown. I mean, they never blew the whistle. So the sad part is, I'm like, they gave them the ball, but all you had to do was stop them. You let them go 90 yards, and it was just crazy. Kenneth, do you have a score? You said that Tennessee may Alabama may put 50 on them. Do you have a score right now?
Yeah, right now I'll probably go because Tennessee's going to put up some points. I'll probably go like 41-27 right now, Bama. But I think they could get higher than that if they're finishing drives and scoring touchdowns. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Bama's hitting 40 though. I feel comfortable saying that.
All right. Hey, that's Kennington Smith III. That's Xavier Houston Senior. I'm Martin Houston. That's Chase Brumfield. Thanks to all the caller, listener, viewers, and maniacs for being a part of the program this morning. We're having a blast. It's Tennessee week. We'll have DC on with us tomorrow. We'll get his thoughts on the game, talk more about Tennessee and college football. The $49 million man is up for hire with somebody hire him as an analyst. Come on to Tuscaloosa. We'll take you. All right. Roll Tide, everybody. Remember to trust in the Lord always. Lean not your own understanding and always acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
It's a celebration.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app. Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan